What do you need to know right now, my gorgeous people? And it's in between the 5th and the 28th of February 2021. And I am going to start with my gorgeous, with my ever so precious, my beautiful Aries. What do you need to know? No, it's a 9 of Swords. I think that you need to be prepared for like a really specific situation which is coming up, which is most certainly coming up by the end of the month. And that specific situation is going to kind of surprise you a little bit, but most certainly, you know, you just need to remember that there is going to be a rather important balance which is going to be attached to it in itself, which means that on one hand this is a little bit going to confuse you. It's going to be like, oh my god, what I'm going to do. But then on another hand, you know, this is going to push you towards the actual answer. You know, this is going to push you towards the problem. This is going to push you towards you actually dealing with a certain problem, but then at the same time unpacking so much around it. When I say that you're going to unpack so much around it, because I am specifically talking about one particular solution that you are going to have, but that solution is also going to be connected to other like things that are going to be quite important, and most certainly it will surprise you because you're going to understand the importance of the certain path. So by the end of this month, you, my gorgeous Aries, you are going to understand the importance of the certain path in such a way where you will know exactly what do you need to do, but also it's about the confirmation, it's about the promise, it's about the perspective. It's about the focus that you are going to have at the same time. This will be very, very important for many different reasons. But specifically, what is actually going to happen, it's about the path which is going to be unfolded at the same time. This is going to be the beginning of a very important experience for you, my gorgeous Aries. But then at the same time, you know, it is going to provide you with a feeling of excitement, which is going to reflect on you so beautifully. And that in itself is going to be remarkable, because it's going to re-energize you, and it's going to show you the promise where you thought that it is not going to be the promise, and it's also going to show you the path that is really going to surprise you. Most certainly an important time to pay attention to your intuition in between now and the end of February, but on another hand, you know, 3 particular things are going to change, but they will be quite good indeed. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous and ever so precious, my beautiful Tauruses, my gorgeous Tauruses. I love you so much. Look at this, my babies. It's all about you sharing your love. It's all about you expressing yourselves. It's all about you really being in touch with people. You're going to understand something so important in between now and the end of this month, but in particular when it comes to you and your relationships, you know. You will realize how powerful people in your life are. You will realize how important people in your lives are. But also someone like very significant to you, it's actually really going to on one hand impress you, but then on another hand it's going to inspire you. It's like somebody who's like a certain rock in your life, like your own rock, your own power, your own strength. You know, we do have people who are very important in our lives when it comes to our own reflection. We do have people who motivate us. You know, these are the right people, the important people in our lives. And even if you haven't got them like physically around you, you know, they're the people that can inspire you. You know, it doesn't really matter how you come across these particular people in your life, but it's about the right inspiration at the right moment at the right time, you see. So it's really quite significant and important for me to stress that it's not necessarily going to be somebody in your life, but it could be somebody who you really look up to, like your spiritual leader, guru, and things like that. But most certainly it's about an inspiration. You know, that inspiration, it's also going to become like your own rock, because you know, you will know exactly what you need to do in order to protect yourself. But most certainly it is all about, you know, you being very brave to actually step in the right direction. But in order to actually step in the right direction, that other person is going to have a really important role, because it's going to inspire you when you need it the most, you know. But then on another hand, you know, you can expect a certain accomplishment accomplishment. And I really like this so much because it's going to bring you so much vibrance into your life. It's going to bring you so much excitement. It's going to bring you positive energy when you need it the most. And that is going to create such a powerful balance when it comes to you, my gorgeous Taurinis. It's very important. So don't forget that, you know, the people around you are going to be, oh my Lord, you know, in between now and the end of February, you know, try to share your love as much as you can. Try to be in touch with people in your life as much as you can. Try to be in touch with people around you. Try to share your experiences as much as you can, because this is also an important time of learning, an important time of your process, an important time of your progress, but also the way you're going to be processing informations. You know, it is a lot going to be kind of like a very much so leveled up with the people who are around you and the people who have a certain influence and impact on you. You are going to find one particular specific person who is in your life physically, like who is in your life like completely, you know, who is actually going to be playing an important role when it comes to you kind of realizing you know, the certain path, and when it comes to you realizing something very important, and you should most certainly do, and you should most certainly go for it. Okay, now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous and my ever so precious, my beautiful Gemini. You know, something, you see, it just all explodes when it's Gemini. It's something that's going to come up, you know, this in this period, in this time, you know, something is going to surprise you. It's going to shake you up a little bit, but then again, at the same time, you will know exactly what to do. Again, it's going to be very beneficial for you. Again, it's going to be very positive thing for you, you know, but it is going to be like kind of like, you know what, I'm just going to do it. It's all like maybe like in a way, like things that are making you feel really unhappy, and things that are making you feel really sad, and things that are making you feel really certain, you know, it's going to become kind of obvious what do you need to do, and it's going to become kind of obvious what was making you feel happy, unhappy, and what was kind of slowing you down, what was also preventing you to move on. You're going to come to terms with a very important situation, you know, that it's going to put so much light on your life and the way you are thinking, and also at the same time it's going to provide you with the power, with the confidence boost in order to make the necessary move. You know, you will make a very important move by the end of this month, my gorgeous Geminis, and this move that you are going to make, it's going to be pretty much for the best. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to grab these little cards here. Okay, so now my Geminis, like, look at this. So this is what it fell on the floor. 6 of Pentacles. Okay, this is really important because, you know what, just pay attention to the ideas that you are going to have, because these ideas are going to be remarkable and rather sacred in many different ways. The way your ideas are going to be flowing through in between now and the end of the month are going to surprise you in such a way, like, oh my God, how come I'm thinking about this? You know, how come I'm having these ideas in my mind? How come I'm having these ideas in my head? But at the same time, you need to pay attention to the actual confidence boost that you're going to have at the same time. This is an absolutely valavumish, mind-blowing combination that you're going to have. This is an important time of the actual ideas, and if you forget about these ideas, then you just write them down, because, you know, it's going to be very interesting but also very mysterious experiences that you're going to have in between now and the end of this month, and this all is going to be contributing to you feeling slightly different feelings, you know, like feeling different things, you know, like responding in a different ways, you know, and this happens every now and then. So most certainly it's going to be very interesting indeed. Now the Hanged Man, like, ooh la la, it doesn't surprise me, my babies. This is a very good sign indeed. On one hand, you know, you will really kind of like surprise yourself the way you're going to deal with a specific situation that you were just so uncertain how to kind of go about it, go around it. It's going to be remarkable. First of all, the way you're going to deal with it and the way you're going to have a response back, it's going to be remarkable. So which is telling me that on another hand, any problems or any issues that you have that you want to deal with, that you will kind of keep on leaving it behind, most certainly now you should go for it, because you're also bonus on top of that, you're going to learn really important experience which is just going to be connected to your own personal self-reflection. This is great because it's about your own rebirth, it's about your own balance, it's about your own new beginning, but it's also most importantly about a certain management, and even more importantly, which adjustment do you actually need to make, because something is slowly going to come to an end. But it's going to be brilliant because this is all about your own readjustment and then at the same time rebirth. And look at this, my gorgeous Gemininis, what are you going to be up to? My gorgeous Gemininis, look at this. Lovers, absolutely remarkable. You know, important, something really significant is going to happen in between the couples, you know, when it comes to this period of time. Very important problem. It's coming to an end that was affecting couples, you know, very important issue. You know, there is a conclusion that is going to be rather mind-blowing. But then on another hand, this is a great time of passion. This is a great time of revival. Most certainly, it's also at the same time, it's a brilliant time, you know, for the new beginnings, you know, for the new start. You're going to start feeling rather vavavoommish when it comes to your own, you know, like, your own feeling of you feeling being really attractive, and that is just gonna go really far, you know, at this moment in time, you know. So it's very important, you know, for the relationships, expressing yourself, for the people in your life, but for the lovers, fantastic. On another hand, if you're single and ready to mingy, my gorgeous Gemininis, you know, no, this is also a brilliant time because your personal magnetism will be very much so on 100, you know, from 1 to 100, it's most certainly going to be 110 actually, 111 actually, do you know what I mean? So you will be noticed by the people that you want to be noticed by, most certainly, my gorgeous Gemininis, indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous and my ever so precious, my beautiful Cancerini. So what is going to happen to you, what you should be paying attention to? The moon. Oh, that's very interesting that you are having the moon, my gorgeous Cancerinis. You know, you're going to learn a very important lesson, and the lesson that you're going to learn, you're going to think like, oh my god, you know, it's to do with somebody's like kind of dark side, a little bit of a dark lala moment, you know. It's to do with somebody's little dark side, but then at the same time it's not going to surprise you, but there are going to be lots of surprises that you are going to have around it, you know. It's very important to say that this is going to be quite significant when it comes to your life experience, because you will not realize how much this is actually going to affect you, my gorgeous Cancerinis, indeed. An important life experience that you are going to have. It's going to be directly responsible for you having such a powerful learning process. You will learn kind of what to do. You will learn which way to go. I'm not saying that you didn't know these things, but you will see, you know, so many different aspects that are going to become and that are going to be rather relevant at this time are going to be playing an important role. You know, this is going to ultimately lead towards a really massive, significant, huge adjustment. The adjustment of your life that you can't even think about it right now. And most certainly June 2021, it's like, oh my lord, you're gonna have a very strong connection. June and July 2021 again are going to have a very strong connection with what is happening right now. So you will see that they're like a door, new portal, which you're gonna about to step in at the same time. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna protect yourself, because you're gonna avoid maybe the dangerous person or the dangerous situation, but you're fully going to be aware of it. But as I said, there are lots of other aspects that are going to be playing an important role at the same time. By the time you get to the actual June and July 2021, you will see the process and the progress, you know, that you're actually going to have, and you will not believe about the certain things and the certain connections to actually everything that is happening right now. My advice would be like just to pay attention to who sounds a little bit off in your life, who's trying to offer something to you, like maybe some kind of a double dealing. Maybe, you know, you're going to become aware of the person that is going to kind of try to maybe trick you into something, but it's not like all dark lala moment like that. It's going to be good because you're going to be able to avoid this. So you're gonna come on top of this because you're going to be able to avoid this. So it's actually it's actually going to be quite a good moment for you to actually make the necessary moves. So on one hand, you're most certainly going to protect yourself, but then on another hand, that is just going to kind of bring this vibrant moment into your life when it comes to raising your vibration. And this is slowly going to start bringing new perspective into your life, new focus into your life, new point into your life, new path. It's about to be unfolded, but without you even realizing, you know. You may realize straight away in between this time and this period, but then again, you know, later on as the time goes by, this is going to become more obvious, because you are going to readjust yourself a little bit, and this is going to be quite a good readjustment, my gorgeous Cancerinis, in many different ways. You see, Four of Cups. This is wonderful because it's also telling me that this is going to bring you to kind of like make an adjustment in your life with things that used to make you feel really happy, with things that used to make you feel really good. You know, this is just going to be the part of this massive, enormous, beautiful picture. It's a rather complex situation, but it's also going to connect you and reconnect you with the things in your past, specifically with the specific stages, stages, and you need to see why you're connecting to these specific stages, why you're dreaming about these specific parts, specific stages about your life. You know, there are lots of answers that you're going to have, and they're all going to boil down towards the same thing, towards the change, in order to make your life more vibrant, more happy, more ecstatic. You know, you will be able to connect in such a way that, you know, it's going to be shown to you what is missing in your life, but it's going to be connected to your past, and reminder why you're not doing certain things that make you feel really happy, that makes you feel really good. So this is all part of this picture indeed. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous and my ever so precious, my beautiful Leonis. Okay, my gorgeous Leonis. Now, King of Cups, like, ooh la la, you are just gonna have a really great accomplishment, you know, and I really like this. It's a lot about the accomplishment. It's a lot about reaching an important stage of your life, but also at the same time, inspiration. Somebody's gonna, like, you see, on one hand, it's an accomplishment, and I really like it, and this is what is going to contribute to this particular balance. But on another hand, you know, it's a lot about you being inspired by the certain person, and that is the right person most certainly to be inspired by, because you're gonna feel something so strong, you will feel something so delicious, you will feel something so important, you will feel something so powerful, but at the same time you will see something that is just gonna give you an idea, like a really important, powerful idea. And this is nothing new. It is just like it's going to require from you to brush up on things that you have already kind of prepared yourself for, with things that you have been already thinking about, already dreaming about, already preparing them. And now you're going to have a nice little spiritual slap, which is just going to give you a bit of a shaky moment, and it's just going to kind of remind you that you should actually just literally go for it. It's the things that you have been planning about, it's the things that you have been thinking about, it's the things that you have been hoping for. Now this is your chance. It's not everything going to happen like ooh la la, like a gorgeous volcano. Well, in a certain way, most certainly will, but it's about this very strong and powerful moment that happens like every now and then, every once in a while, which is at the same time just shake you up so beautifully, and it becomes like a really important wake-up call, because you are able to connect to things on such a higher level, you know, and that in return helps with your own reflection, and it helps you to bring things closer into your life that are very close future, that are connected to the near future. So these are the things that are already on our path. Sometimes we feel them very slowly, and sometimes we feel them very barely, you know. Sometimes we feel them like maybe we know it's this, we know it's there, we know what we need to do, but this is just going to bring this certain consistency, which is going to help you to actually connect in such a way where the vision will be very, very strong without you even realizing, perhaps. But there are lots of little signs that you are going to have, my gorgeous Leonis, and in particular when you see number 7, any number 7 that you keep on seeing, like repeating in between the 5th and the 28th of February, my gorgeous Leonis, you know, every single time you need to know, like maybe you will see the time like 27 or 17, you know, maybe you will see like 777 repeating, you know, somewhere, like any kind of synchronicity that has got number 7, you know, repeated, whether it's twice, whether it's 3 times, it doesn't matter. You just need to know that this is also going to be the sign beforehand, like when you get like a very strong confirmation, which is purely going to come to you through your own feelings, through your own emotions, that you're not going to be able to explain, but you will know exactly what to do, and you will know exactly which path to take, because by the end of this period and stage, there are 2 significant paths ahead that you will set yourself on. You're going to set yourself on the journey, my gorgeous Leonis, and also I want to say to you that you're going to do something incredibly brilliant, incredibly big, and I'm saying this because it's the beginning. It's a very important stage that is going to start, very important process of the manifestation, and you will grow like, oh my Lord, you're gonna grow really, really big in the most important way, because this is gonna mean to you so much, like, but also on another hand, you know, you see, we are having a really long jump now again. It's in between the February and the actual August and September 2021. So August and September again 2021 are having a very powerful and strong connection with what's happening now right now, which means that by the time you get to August and September, it is going to be a remarkable outcome. You will know exactly what I was talking about. You will know exactly what I'm talking about right now, but by the time you get to August and September 2021, this is, oh my Lord, it's gonna go on the whole next level, and the picture is gonna be completely different, and your life is going to be completely different, and it's all gonna feel like, oh, like from a completely different angle. Very enchanting and very enlightening indeed. Very special reward you will have in September and August 2021. Very, very special reward. And now this is just the beginning. Okay, brilliant. Now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious Virgolini. You see the cards are flying already, and you know what you've got? Gosh, you've got, like, look, my gorgeous Virgolini, King of Pentacles. I mean, this is brilliant, because you know you are going to become aware of your own power. Oh my God, you are going to be aware of the very essence why you are on this earth for, my gorgeous Virgolinis, because you are going to have, like, oh my God, like a very much so really strange and bizarre, but really, really, really powerful spiritual experience. I'm so excited for you. I'm so happy for you, because karmically, my gorgeous Virgolinis, you have been through a lot. Like, there is no tomorrow, and the energy was very kind of like heavy every now and then over the past like 36 months, and this is to do with various reasons, and this is to do because of various reasons in general, you know. But most certainly now, you know, there is only so much that the people can take. There is only so much that the people can take in a form of energy and things like that when it comes to karma, when it comes to the spiritual journey. So right now you're reaching a very important stage, very important point. You are gonna make an absolutely the best decision of your life. That decision of your life that you're going to make, my gorgeous Virgolinis, it's not just kind of out of the blue. It's not like just from yesterday and things like that. It's just something that was kind of keep on coming back and bouncing on your mind like quite a lot. It's to do with your passion, but then also at the same time it's to do with you waiting the right moment, waiting the right, you know, time. So you are most certainly, you know, you're gonna make such a strong and very vibrant decision. But before that happens, you know, you are going to have a prominent figure in your life, and through that figure, you know, you will realize something so specific and so significant about yourself. It's like you being in touch with this particular person who mean to you so much. But it's not about that, my babies. It's more about the fact that you're actually going to learn something so like, oh my God, so important and so specific about yourself. And that in itself is just going to kind of throw you away a little bit from like that particular energy, that particular vibration. But most importantly, it's about you, and it's about your learning process. And what are you going to learn about this, which is going to be absolutely mind-blowing, because what wasn't clear to you, it's most certainly going to be clear to you. This is to do with you making a decision. This is sorry, this is to do with you being very courageous. This is to do with you being very much so like having a very strong and powerful self-esteem around you at the same time. I mean, it's brilliant, because it's almost like to do with like an amazing, incredible, mind-blowing lotus flower spiritual moment that you're going to have. When you have a lotus flower spiritual moment, it means that you're going to have such a strong premonition, such a strong vision. So you're going to feel such a strong perspective that you're just going to like kind of like you're going to need to come to terms with this first, you know, by in the best possible way. You're going to surprise yourself the way you're going to feel, but most certainly, you know, it is just going to remind you how much you want your life to change, how excited this makes you feel, and how, you know, this life is very, very precious, very, very, very short in many different ways, because people don't realize very often that you're 20, you're 30, you're 40, you're 50, you're 60, you're 70, you're 80, you're 90. You know, it just goes like that. So you will have such a strong and powerful experience, and this is all going to be playing an important part. This is all going to be playing an important role. The bottom line is you are going to make an incredible decision, you know, and this decision that you're going to make, you know, Virgolinis, it's going to take a while in order to get there, but at the same time, you just need to trust yourself. You need to believe in yourself. And the more you believe in yourself, the more powerful energy you're projecting at the same time, the more unstoppable you're going to become, the more powerful you're actually going to be. This is a powerful moment in time, you know, and I'm talking about the stage and the period in between the 5th and the 28th of February, because it's almost like by the time we come to the end of this stage and period, you know, it's almost like, you know, it's about discovering a very, very significant part of yourself that you should take on the next level, you know, and this is very important because the balance is going to be absolutely perfect, you know, and that in itself means like that you will be dealing with the progress and the process that it would normally take like a long time, but the wonderful moment in time that you are going to go through is the significant message, powerful message that you are going to get, a very powerful message about your own progress and some about your own accomplishment. And this is going to be good because it's at the same time going to surprise you how quickly it actually happens. So something is going to start changing, and it's going to be connected to the swift change, to the quick change, you know, and that is the moment that at the same time you need to know and you need to be prepared that very soon later, not that long after, an important negotiation is also going to take place, and that negotiation is going to be remarkable because this is the time when you're going to realize an idea, some kind of idea is going to come out, and it's not going to want to leave you whatsoever, but it's important because you're also, it's even more important, you know, what you're going to be pinpointed towards. So it's to do with an idea, but then it's the same time to do with you recognizing certain abilities and seeing what exactly is going to take an important priority in your life. The significant, huge, enormous, massive priority is just going to be shining beautifully and brightly right in your face towards the end of this, in between the 5th and the 28th of February, but more towards it, you know, and this is going to be the moment, you know, when something is going to be revealed to you, you know, and it's going to be strong. You're not going to be able to kind of avoid this situation. You're not going to be able to avoid the way this is going to make you feel. This is just the beginning of an important stage, my gorgeous Virgolinis, and to you I want to say again that we have got a very strong connection in between now and in between September and October 2021. In September and October 2021, where you're going to find yourself at, it's going to be mind-blowing. It's going to be remarkable. There's so many surprises that that you're going to find yourself at in September and October, that if you think about it right now, you will be like, no, absolutely no way, no baby, no. But then by the time you get there, you will see how relevant all this really was. So my advice is anything that you want to do and you wanted to do in such a long time, and it requires certain changes, you really need to explore it, because it's keep on coming back in your mind for a reason. There is a very special and specific reason this is coming back to you, my gorgeous Virgolinis, indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous and my ever so precious, my beautiful Libra. My gorgeous Libra. Okay, so your card is, the High Priestess. I mean, this is remarkable, my gorgeous Libra, You're going to be like, oh my God, you will really surprise yourself. You're really going to have, on one hand, a surprising moment, something that you're going to see, something that you're going to connect to, which is going to surprise you. It's going to be really mind-blowing in so many different ways. You will learn something very special and very specific about yourself, but then at the same time, it's about the ability to connect to everything around you in a very, very powerful way, in a very spiritual way. The High Priestess is like, my Lord, it's a lot about your intuition. It's a lot about doing the right thing. It's a lot about connection. It's a lot about a reconnection. It's a lot about having an absolutely weird, bizarre experience that it's really going to be mind-blowing to you to start with, but you're also going to be surprised how you're going to actually feel. And this is where the magic is going to start, my gorgeous Libra, because at the same time it's all about you being very, very inspired, and you're going to learn something alongside about yourself at the same time, and it's about your passion, it's about who you are, and it's also an important way out of the situation that no longer serves you. It's going to become obvious, and the little things that were really driving you nuts, little things that were making you feel negative and a little bit uncomfortable, that you are going to become aware of them, and you're going to be surprised a little bit, but this is the way you're going to feel and what you're going to decide. You're going to be surprised with yourself, but this is all part of this magic. This is all part of this power. This is all part of the intuitive moment that you're going to have, because at the same time we are growing and we are feeling, we are connecting from a much higher angle, from a much higher dimension. We have the ability to be the wisest we possibly can be, in order, to deal with specific situations and people and energies in our lives that can normally have such an effect on us to just throw us away, in such a way when the energy and people are very strong, they drain a certain energy from us, so therefore we don't respond in the way that we would respond, because we're like, oh my God, I should have said this, I should have said that, and we do this when it's way too late, and purely this happens because of the moment, this strange energy. But at the same time, these people have a very strong energy, and then it kind of makes us feel uncomfortable without even realizing, because our energy gets drained, and then we just simply don't reply, we don't respond in a way that we would normally respond. I really like this, my gorgeous Libra, because purely you are going to have a really magical experience, magical, beautiful, emotional experience you are going to have in between the 5th and the 28th of February. And this is so brilliant, and it's so important, because it's on one hand going to open your eyes, but then at the same time, you see this world. At the same time, it is just going to help you to deal with the problem that you will find yourself at in the best possible way. Let me tell you something and prepare you on this, my gorgeous Libra. Actually, first of all, you're going to hear about really important accomplishment, and this is going to make you feel really great. This is going to make you feel really brilliant, but it is going to have a really strong moment and element of surprise at the same time, my gorgeous Libra. And this is the time when you hear about your accomplishment with an important element of surprise. you know, and it's to do with success, it's to do with you feeling really happy, it's to do with you feeling really ecstatic, it's to do with you feeling like, oh, thank God, you know. So some kind of like a very annoying rock is going to fall off your shoulder, you know, the type of thing, you know. So you're just gonna feel so much more vibrant after that moment in time, and this is the time when things are gonna start changing. So this is the moment that I need you to think about, you know. This is the moment that I need you to understand that this is the time of focus, this is the time of perspective, but it's also the time of the actual new journey which is about to start to you at the same time. So first of all, you're going to hear about your own progress, which is going to put a big smile on your face, is going to make you feel really good, you know. But at the same time, you will know that very soon after that, you know, you're already going to find yourself on a sacred path, very sacred indeed. And this is going to be the time when you're going to see something, what I was saying, you know, that you're going to be really inspired by so much in so many different ways. And this is brilliant because on one hand, you know, it is about the choice that you're going to have, and it is about the choice that you're going to make by the end of that period, by the end of this stage. This is important. You just need to remember to trust yourself, you just need to remember to believe in yourself, and you just need to remember in your own courage. I am talking about you being very creative throughout this stage and throughout this period. This is another stage, another point to kind of pay attention to. Like, why do you feel so creative? What is making you feel so creative? What is on your mind when you're so creative? What is making you feel happy? And then at the same time, if you feel low, when you feel low, you also do exactly the same thing. It's an important time to actually analyze, but not overanalyze, as I said before. It's an important time to analyze, because the things that are going to be on your mind and the solutions to your problems that you're going to come up with are going to come from somewhere else, and they will be indeed very, very wise, you know. And this is because of the High Priestess, and this is why am I doing this, you know. That balance is just going to bring you the perfect amount of the spirituality, but also at the same time, it's about, you know, the most important thing is this emotional, beautiful experience that you're going to have by the 28th of February. This beautiful emotional experience that you're going to have, it's going to change absolutely everything, but in the best possible way. My gorgeous you see, I almost forgot, my Lord, my gorgeous Libra. Sorry, my gorgeous Libra. This moment, you know, this is something that is just going to help you to connect on such a beautiful level, such a gorgeous emotional, spiritual experience. This is very, very important because, you know, it's more about the confirmation, but also at the same time, the certain plan of action, what to do, how to get out of the situation that no longer serve you. But also you're going to find yourself like a really doubting a little bit, you're going to find yourself being a little bit uncertain, but that's absolutely normal, because two particular paths, two particular options, two particular things you're going to be thinking about. But this is to do with the changes, but also it's to do with you being very courageous and also believing in yourself at the same time. Just pay attention to the information that you're going to get. An important information you're going to get, my gorgeous Libra. Just pay attention. It's more important than you can possibly imagine, because that information that you're going to get, you know, there is possibility that you forget about it so quickly and so easily, but you really shouldn't, because that specific information that you're going to have, you are going to take on a completely different level by the end of the year 2021. It is going to play an important role later on, but it's pretty much so to do with you expressing yourself as much as you can and doing things that you want to do, doing things that you feel like doing, and expressing yourself in exact way, the way you want to express yourself, without preventing yourself, you know, without blocking yourself. You really need to understand, the more authentic you are in between the 5th and the 28th of February, the more you're going to come out of this, the more you're going to get out of the situation. You need to remember this. The more authentic you are, the more you raise your own vibration and energy, the more power you are going to have within, not only to deal with the problems, but also to do the right thing. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Scorpione. Let's just see what is going to be specifically significant for you in between the 5th and the 28th of February 2021. My gorgeous Scorpione, it is the 5 of Cups, you see. So this is going to be very interesting time for you, my gorgeous Scorpione, because it's just gonna kind of make you feel like in a way you're gonna find yourself like blaming yourself for something, you know, but then again you need to pay attention to what you're blaming yourself for. Okay, this is a very powerful moment that you're going to have. So you are gonna have the day when you're gonna feel really strange, really bizarre. I wouldn't say like a sad or negative or really low. No, baby, no. I'm talking about the actual hermit moment, a bit of a hermit moment that you are going to have in between the 5th and the 28th of February. And the hermit moment, it's a very powerful state of our mind, very powerful state of our spirit. We find ourselves on our journey, but we are feeling very, very deep, very deep, very deep. So our steps become more heavier purely because we are walking through all sorts of different dimensions, and this raises all sorts of different vibration around us, within us. But the most important is that it is going to help you really much so to single out a particular moment why you are blaming yourself. You need to pay attention to why you are actually blaming yourself when you have this hermit moment, because something absolutely mind-blowing, it's actually going to be highlighted to you. What you are blaming yourself about, what you are blaming yourself for, at the same time this is going to provide you with an opportunity. It sounds crazy, it sounds mental, I know, but the opportunity is going to be shown to you at the same time. So this is what the hermit moment is going to provide to you. This is a very sacred opportunity, and it's a very important opportunity when it comes to you, my gorgeous Scorpione, because it's pretty much so to do with your deepest emotions. It's pretty much so to do with you being yourself. It's pretty much so to do with you understanding this, you know, that you can only like be the most successful and most happiest in your life when you're actually being yourself. And when it comes to that particular vibration, when it comes to that particular energy, you are of course like super powerful because you're unique in so many different levels, my gorgeous Scorpione, you know. As I said before, your energy is very strong, your energy is very powerful. You can just sit being surrounded, you know, by 100 people around you. You don't need to say anything, but you are so powerful, your energy is so strong, and your vibration is felt like there is no tomorrow, you know, amongst all these people in the room, you know, and you don't even need to say anything. So this is what you need to realize, how powerful you are. And this is the type of energy and vibration that I'm talking about, you know. I really like this, my gorgeous Scorpione, because at the same time, you know, something is going to be highlighted. You're going to find yourself, you know, in a moment on a specific path, and you're really going to be surprised with yourself, really, how you're going to feel. When I say that you're going to find yourself on a specific path, I'm talking about in between the stage and the period in between the 5th and the 28th of February, and the specific path is going to be pretty much so to do with a surprise, you know. It's a lot to do with you finding yourself in the place that it's completely unplanned. And this is why I also think it's really important to do things spontaneously, to do things that just comes to you like really kind of odd, you know, visiting, like what I said before, visiting the nearby beach if you're lucky enough to live by the beach, visiting the nearby like a lake or maybe the forest, you know. All these have got like a very important very important energy around us when it comes to our regeneration, when it comes to our readjustment, when it comes to our adjustments of our lives, because it helps us to open our eyes and to see things really crystal clear. What is going to happen to you, my gorgeous Scorpione? You are going to have a very important moment of self-transcendence, very powerful moment of self-transcendence, and now, which means that you will be going through things that are going to completely blow you away throughout this month, you know, things that are completely going to blow you away, but more or in such a sense, like how come that you feel like connected to these things? And these are the sacred areas and windows of your life that you should be paying attention to, because they are going to be strictly available to you in between the 5th and the 28th of February. So this sacred time have got a very strong connection with November again 2021. It's remarkable how this period and this stage is connected so strongly. Very, very remarkable indeed. So that's why I'm saying that, you know, the more you put your eyes on, the more you experience, the more you do, the more you get to know things around you, the more you connect, the more you reconnect, the more you try, the more you begin, the more you start, the more you throw yourself in all sorts of opportunities. My God, Scorpioni, my babies, please listen to me. Anything that comes to you like a subconsciously, go for it. Anything that's on your mind and then you can't really realize why this is on your mind, just go for it. You will have the really important answers from the divine, you know, from the spirit, from your spirit guides, from your guardian angels. But at the same time, you will be protected. So you may feel like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that because of that. No, baby, no. You're going to find yourself on a sacred path, and this is exactly what you should do. Explore and inspect. Explore and inspect, because there is going to be the moment that you're going to find yourself while you're exploring, and oh my God, this is going to be like a life-changing moment when it comes to your own transformation, because something is going to begin, something is going to start, and you're not going to be able to move on from it. King of Cups, it's like an absolutely mind-blowing sign. At the same time, you know, the luck is going to be on your side, okay? The outcome of like a very, very strange and long problem, it's going to be actually really good. And this is going to surprise you. This is going to put a big smile on your face. But also at the same time, somebody very specific, beautiful, strong, powerful, very, very strong individual in your life is going to inspire you. It's a right inspiration. It's the right person at the right moment at the right time, because through this person you're going to recognize and see your own passion. Very, very important, because that passion is later on going to change your life. Not only when it comes to spirituality, but when it comes to your emotions, when it comes to your work, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your protection and security. This is all going to be connected indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous and my ever so precious, my beautiful Sagittarini. Let's just see what is going to be for my gorgeous and my ever so precious Sagittarini. Okay. You just need to be really strong, my gorgeous Sagittarini, because you are going to have a little test, you know. You're going to be tested, and the water is going to be a little bit murky just for a little while, but then the water can't be murky forever. Okay, the water cannot be murky forever. So this is what I need you to remember, that you are going to have a little test, and that part of the test that you are going to have, it's going to make you like a little bit emotional, and it's almost going to kind of throw you off the subject a little bit. So if you find yourself being a little bit pressured, if you find yourself feeling like a little bit negative, or if you find yourself like screaming at somebody or responding in a really negative way, please just remember, this is part of your task. This is the part of your test, you know. How you should respond to this is like, my God, like the worst thing would be to just respond in such a way where you are just kind of shout back or scream back. No, baby, no. This is the time to grow spiritually, energetically, vibrationally. So when somebody is trying to kind of like, maybe somebody winds you up, just remember that everything you need to do is just to calm that person down. Your job is to calm that person down. And even if person is not necessarily smiling and kissing you, after that, it doesn't matter. Even if it's not like that, it doesn't matter, but your own response, it's just going to be taken into an account of the very, very sacred book of your own spirituality. So it's all going to be down to you, how you're going to respond, how you're going to react, because this is your challenge. Please, my gorgeous Sagittarini, put a big smile on your face, Zini, and just remember that this is like a really great moment for you, because it's providing you with an opportunity. There is going to be a very powerful opportunity that you're going to have after this moment in time, and that opportunity is going to become the main part of what you're actually going to be focusing on throughout the year 2021. And this is also going to be the way out of the situation. This is going to be a new portal. This is going to be connected to the new perspective, new beginning, but it's going to be, of course, one step at a time. Just remember that this is going to be a very powerful stage that you're entering, that you're about to swim in, my gorgeous Sagittarini, but you know now that you need to be prepared a little bit as well. You are going to really start focusing on a certain area and certain part of your life that is just going to become more significant and relevant throughout the year. But by the time you get to the actual December 2021, this is going to blow up, but in the best possible way. When I say this is going to blow up, I mean that obviously this is going to become the very specific and main part of your life, which is going to set you free in so many different ways, but also it's going to bring you the necessary security. King of Pentacles, I mean, this is remarkable. I'm getting all these kings out, and this is brilliant, because now it's all about your own passion. It's about you doing the right thing. It's about the path and the way which is going to be shown to you at the same time. What you're going to do, it's going to be the right thing, because it looks like that you are going to be like kind of doubting yourself by the end of this period and stage. What you're going to do you do this or do you do that? Do you do this and do you do that? You just listen to yourself here, my gorgeous Sagittarini. And also when you find yourself like being very doubting, when you find yourself being uncertain, just remember, you do not need to rush. Don't rush whatsoever, because you are going to come across like a bit of a rock here. And in order to deal with this thick rock, you are going to need to respond in the right way. And in order to respond in the right way, your energy needs to be like absolutely top notch. Your energy needs to be perfect. Not like, oh, I'm just going to think, now I'm going to think. No, baby, no. You do it like subconsciously. You do it by the power of your own mind, by the power of your own intention, being completely connected to your own subconsciousness. But you only reach this stage without thinking, without over analyzing and things like that. And in order to get to that sacred stage, this is what you do. This is how you respond to the actual situation, by not rushing and not like thinking too much, you see? And you're very powerful, my gorgeous Sagittarini. So my point is, you are going to come across very specific problem that is going to require your answer. And you just, if you're uncertain and you're doubting too much, you feel a little bit of nervousness, go home, my baby, and sleep. When you sleep, something very beautiful is going to happen to you, because you're going to travel beautifully when it comes to astral projection, and you're going to find yourself being part of all sorts of dimensions. You may not even be aware of it. We have astral projections like every single night, but we don't necessarily remember, you see? Most of the people, in fact, don't remember. So this is why I say, but it's almost like rejuvenation of your own soul while you're sleeping, rejuvenation of your own spirit, and that, without you even realizing, prepares you for this moment. And then the next day, you're nice and fresh, you can go and respond to that particular situation. So my advice is, don't rush. Just pay attention to the idea. Very, very important idea you're going to have, and it's going to seem like absolutely mental, absolutely crazy, but trust me, it is not, because it's about an important opportunity that is going to bring your mind-blowing accomplishment into your life, okay? So pay attention to those ideas, my gorgeous Sagittarians, that you are going to have. Very, very important indeed. And also passion. Your passion is going to be highlighted. Your passion will be very strong. So those things that are making you very beautifully passionate, you're going to achieve so much out of it. And one particular thing that you like doing when it comes to your life, that you feel so passionate about, it's going to go on the whole next level. I repeat one more thing for you, my gorgeous Sagittarian, is somebody in your life needs your help. Somebody's doing something that they shouldn't. Somebody's maybe taking something in an excess, maybe a little bit of drinking, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Whatever it is, they need a little bit of your energy. They will find this beneficial like there is no tomorrow. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous Capricornius. My gorgeous Capricornius, be strong, stay strong, okay? Because this is like a really bizarre time that we are all going through, but you know, everybody's affected by it, and some signs seems to be more affected and some signs seems to be less affected. But in general, of course, that everybody's affected by these energies because they're very unusual, they're very bizarre, they're very unspecific, and when the energy is very unspecific, it means that something is really wrong, and we find ourselves in a little bit of darkness. And when we find ourselves in darkness, it's very difficult to find our way out. It's very difficult to find the door. It's very difficult to find like a handle that we need to kind of turn, you know, in order to get to the other side. So this is why we find ourselves to kind of slow down a little bit to try to find our way, you see. Why am I trying to say that you, my gorgeous Capricornius, you are so powerful, you are very strong when it comes to feeling things intuitively. So, you know, you are going to kind of find yourself being rather affected by these energies. I'm being a bit of a dark lala, but I will let you know because it's going to be a quite good outcome indeed. Because just remember, this is for the period and the stage in between the 5th and the 28th of February. But you also need to remember, my gorgeous Capricornius, you know, you're so powerful. And these energies, when we feel this uncertainty, just remember that this exact energy you can manipulate and you can twist it and turn it around and use it in your favor at the same time. It's the same like when it's a new moon, like in Scorpio, or new moon in Capricornius, you know, it can be very effective. People can feel it like so much more than any other signs. But this is that particular energy that I'm talking about, that you take and you can manipulate. I don't like the word manipulate, but you know what I mean. You can use it, manipulate in your own best way in order to get the outcome that you want. It's the energy that you just kind of redirect a little bit. So this is something that you need to remember, because you are going to have a very specific day, my gorgeous Capricornius, and you're really going to respond to the certain situation. Something is going to happen, but it's not going to be bad or anything, but you're going to respond in a certain way, and then you almost immediately are going to be like, oh no, why did I respond like that? That is the moment that I need you to remember that you are going to need to work on this. You know, it's to do with your emotions, it's to do with your relationships, it's to do with your feelings. It looks like that you are going to really maybe respond to somebody, but the response is not going to be kind of like what you would normally respond to, and it's almost you're going to feel like you overreacted a little bit. So this is something that I need you to pay attention to, because at the same time there is going to be an absolutely mind-blowing experience that you are going to have. It's more about a very uncomfortable situation. You will be told something by someone, but then this is going to be so important, because at least first of all it's going to be like, oh my god, but then at the same time, you know, a couple of days later, you know, this is going to help you realize the possibilities and the abilities that you wouldn't normally realize. But most importantly, it's about one particular option that is going to be super beneficial to you, for you, that you're actually going to gain out of the situation. So this is going to be something quite remarkable indeed. My lord, I did not even take a card out for you, my gorgeous Capricornius. Look at this. And now let me just see what your tarot card is going to be. Just remember, please, oh my god, you need to push yourself as much as you can. in between the 5th and the 28th of February 2021, Capricornius, push yourself as much as you can. Do as much as you can. Don't worry about this. Yeah, I know it's all dark, it's all slow, it's all weird. Don't worry about the Twilight Zone-ish thing out there. You just think about yourself and do things that make you feel better. But also, this is so important with your own progress. Oh my God, I don't know how to explain the complexity of this situation. The more you push yourself throughout this period, throughout this month, the more you're gonna get out of it, okay? And I am talking about, within the next few months, there are gonna be enormous, huge, massive, mind-blowing outcomes that you're actually going to have, okay? The more you push yourself when it comes to your life, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to emotions, when it comes to like a complex situations, when it comes to like through relationships, when it comes to your career, when it comes to things that interest you, when it comes to opportunities, when it comes to the excitement, when it comes to the ideas, my God, I need you to be as busy as you can. Everything that comes to you, it's gonna come with a beautiful, heavy, massive, enormous reason. Every single thing, every single idea, every single thought that comes to you, it's also gonna be like a little butterfly moment, which is at the same time going to be a very important and integral part of your own transformation. This is what I need you to realize. The more you do, the more you're gonna get out of it later on. Over the next few months are gonna be remarkable, because in exactly 4 months from now on, you are going to have the opportunity of your lifetime because of the things that you have been going through right now. This is why this is so important, my gorgeous Capricornius. I don't know how to stress this. It is a very complex and it's very deep, but most certainly you should explore as much as you can. Anything that comes to you, just go for it. Seriously, just you need to find out the reason why you're thinking about it and what's behind it. There is a lot behind it that you will be able to realize. And also, the news and information that you're gonna hear. The Temperance, of course, the news and the information that you're going to hear, it's really going to surprise you. But then, it is just kind of going to surprise you. But what am I trying to say here is that you're not going to be like kind of 100% surprised, It's a lot, it's a lot to do with the people, like with the big picture, with everything what's happening around. But at the same time, somebody's mask is going to be fallen, but it's not somebody in your life. It's somebody like maybe like somebody like kind of well known around the world. Somebody's mask is going to be fallen, and it's going to surprise you, because it's going to be very much so wormish, dark worms behind, very much so dark worms behind that mask, and it's connected to lies. At the same time, you will become aware of this, but it will be so important. First of all, as I said, you will be surprised, but not 100%, purely because you will be able to use this situation and reflect on everything that was happening around the world over the last 24 months in particular. So it's not going to surprise you, but most certainly you will know what to do at that moment in time. You will make a decision, and this is going to be a very important decision, because it's going to start changes and progress, which is later on going to become enormous, okay? An important some kind of news or letter you're also going to have, which is going to be connected to you, but at the same very personal to you. This is going to put big smile on your face, but it's also going to allow you to move on from the certain worries and just basically think about the path right ahead of you, right in front of you. You have been waiting for a very, very powerful situation to arise. Capricornians, this is very important, because you have been waiting for something. You see this, and now your reward is coming. It's not going to happen like, oh yeah, baby, it's coming, it's here, yeah, now. No, baby, no. It is the sign, it is the news, it is the information, it is the moment that you're going to have, that very, very soon, something absolutely mind-blowing is going to take place in your life, okay? But you're going to have a very clear and very strong indication that this is about to happen. So this is what I'm talking about. On one hand, you've been waiting for it for a while, but on another other hand, you know, it's the sign, it's the moment that is going to show you and provide you, you know, that you're on the right path, you're on the right journey. This is the moment. This is what I'm talking about. But then at the same time, you're also, this is going to be confirmed to you, but also it is going to be the time span. Very, very important moment when it comes to the time span, you know. And this is something that is going to put so much light on the situation, and without even realizing, you know, so much is going to become available to you at that moment in time, my gorgeous Capricornians. Very, very important indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous and my ever so precious, my beautiful Aquamarinis. You know, this is really brilliant because, you know, at the end, you see, Six of Wands, my God, Aquamarini, you are like talking through me. You know, it's so important because, as I said, you know, you have been through so much, you have been through a lot. I know I said this millions of times, but it's very important to say that now the time is near. The time is happening. The time is gonna come. This is brilliant. This is gonna be emotional. This is gonna be strong. This is gonna be very powerful. This is going to be the solid part of your spiritual journey, because it's also to do with revelation, with yourself, within yourself. What have you done wrong? The wrong turn that you took, it's going to become obvious, you know. Please, I know I'm being a dark Lala again, but the wrong turn that you took not that long ago, you know, within the last maybe couple of years, now that is going to become obvious. But then again, it's not going to also surprise you completely, but you will know kind of how to protect yourself. You know, you will know which steps to take in order to protect yourself. That this is going to be like really important. After this moment in time, you will change your way of thinking a little bit maybe, but then again, it's going to be for the best, because something is going to become rather obvious about certain people in your life that it wasn't obvious before. But then again, it's going to kind of like really start the process of like kind of moving on you with your life, but in the best possible direction. So very, very strong confirmation. On another hand, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, I'm so happy for you, because I can see, you know, the excitement, the specific information that you are going to have. It's going to be brilliant, and the specific information that you're going to have, it's going to happen and it's going to manifest at the right time. And I say this because emotionally prior that moment, you will feel like a little bit blue, a little bit dark lalish. Okay, and dark lala is not going anywhere. No, but I'm just saying that you will start swimming in this sea of spiritual emotions, in this sea of emotions where you're going to find yourself being very, very deep on one hand, and then when something so beautiful happens, you know, you just find yourself like, oh my God, you find the reflection so much more powerful than it would normally be, purely because you were like at the deepest part of the deepest ocean, and now you just find yourself right on top. And this is how this is going to happen with your own reflection, because it's to do with the karmic beautiful reward. And this is why you're going to be able to feel this, and this is why you're going to be able to be pulled down from the bottom of the sea like almost immediately. And this is why you will be able to feel this impact like there is no tomorrow, to such a life, to such a high impact, you know. It's about your own enlightenment. Okay, so this is to do with an information that you're going to have, my gorgeous Aquamarini, and it's to do with your accomplishment. It's going to make you feel so good, it's going to make you feel so brilliant, it's going to make you feel so happy, you know. And when you were doubting yourself as well, you know, it's going to be very, very highlighted situation, you know. It's all going to be in the certain light, you know. There is so much that is actually going to be confirmed to you. This is very important, because at the same time, you know, it's the praise that you're going to feel about yourself, you know. It's the confirmation that you're going to have. It's the confidence at the same time that you're going to have. Something is going to change, something is going to happen within you, and it's almost immediately going to help you kind of like to deal with the situation that was very heavy and very very, very kind of connected to somebody else in your life, a little bit messy, you know, but then again, this is going to give you the relevant energy in order to make the best possible decision, because your decision is going to be needed with a certain problem involving some other person, but the decision is going to be mind-blowing because you will be showered by this absolutely wonderful energy. The bottom line is that you are going to have a confirmation about your own success, and this in itself is going to help you to realize your own individuality, but your own power as well. And that in itself is going to unearth a very, very important moment, which is going to make you to kind of be part of the situation that you did not plan, but then the way you're going to respond is just going to be absolutely everything, because your response is going to help you realize the certain part of you that you need to work on, but also at the same time that particular balance is also going to single out the particular part of you that you really kind of also need to pay attention to, but this is more to do like a kind of like with your own abilities, something that is very much so karmically very impactful and strong in your life that you need to do, something that you need to do but you're not doing. It's pretty much so to do with your own path right now, but just like allowing yourself to actually being very advanced and go on to the advanced stage, go on to the advanced level. It's important, my lord. So you're gonna feel the great honor, you're gonna have a big smile on your face, you know, you're gonna see the progress in your life where you didn't see it in such a long time, and this is going to be rather impactful. You will want to celebrate, you will want to share this with people, you will want to communicate with people. This is also going to be the stage and the period when people are going to start entering your life that you haven't seen in a long time, but someone very specific and someone very powerful and somebody very significant in your life who loves you so much, who understands you so much, like somebody very spiritual, I would say, somebody very unique, somebody very powerful in like a spiritual and psychic and mediumship, empathic type of way. You know, that person is going to have a mind-blowing information for you. And it's just that person is going to help you to recognize something very, very powerful about yourself that you should be paying attention to, but also how to protect yourself as well. So watch this space, my gorgeous aquamarines. This will be very important part of your life. As I said, the good news, important information, important message, and it's like a lot what you have been working for now, my babies. You will be able to... My cock is coughing. Now, my baby, you will be able to take this information and take this on a completely different level, you know, and I'm so happy because it's all about you stepping into the right dimension without even realizing. This is important. And it's also the more you express yourself throughout this stage, throughout this period, the more you're going to get out of it. The more you express yourself, my gorgeous aquamarines, the more you're going to get to know yourself. You are going to get to know something. I know it sounds really weird, but you are going to get to know something very specific about yourself, you know, and it's going to surprise you. But most certainly, it's at the same time going to be your own wake-up call. My gorgeous Coco is coughing. Coco, you've got a fur ball, my darling. What's up? You've got a fur ball. So can you hear it? Yeah. That's my gorgeous little Tambolina. I call him Tambolina. Not Thambolina, but I call him Tambolina. Doesn't matter. Coco Tambolina. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous and my ever so precious, my beautiful Pisces. So let's just see what is the period and the stage in between the 5th and the 28th of February going to bring to my gorgeous Pisces. I love you so much, my beautiful babies. Okay, so let's see. Page of Swords, you see, this is very interesting. Let me just tell you, my gorgeous Pisces, that you are going to have a very significant significant and powerful opportunity. You know, this stage, 5th and in between the 5th and the 28th of February, is going to bring you a very powerful opportunity. I say very powerful opportunity, because what is actually going to happen, my gorgeous Pisces, it's like you are going to find yourself like in a very, very strange and unusual mood. And when you find yourself in a strange and unusual mood, you're gonna also like kind of find yourself in like a very stage where you're gonna want to kind of explore. This is where the magic is. This is what I need you to pay attention to. What is causing you to be mischievous? What is causing you to be excited? What is causing you to explore? This is a very important time of your life, because without you even realizing, you are gonna explore a very, very important part of yourself at the same time. And this is why am I talking about the powerful opportunity that you're going to have, because something is going to be like kind of evident right in front of you, and the way you're going to respond is going to be completely different to the way you would normally respond. And this is why the opportunity is actually so powerful, my gorgeous Pisces, because it's at the same time going to give you the room to grow. It's at the same time going to bring you an absolutely remarkable and mind-blowing spiritual moment as well, which is going to be connected to the emotional experience later on, which is most certainly going to bring important people in your lives, because now you're going to find yourself on the path. You're going to find yourself on the crossroads, and you will not know what to do. And the crossroads that I'm talking about is like, on one hand, you will kind of want to do things that you have been already working at, and on another crossroad, another path, it's going to be pretty much so connected with bringing new elements into your lives. Well, the answer to this is to carry on being on the path that you are, but at the same time, you also need to remember that this is the time to bring the different elements in your life, into your lives. No matter how weird that sounds, no matter how impossible this sounds, because the impossibility is about to bring you a probability that you didn't even think about, you didn't even dream about, you didn't even hope about, not just yet. This is so much to do with your subconscious mind, my gorgeous Pisces, and I really hope you understand what am I saying, but this is very deep and it's very important. And I am talking about the last 7 years. The last 7 years, you know, there were specific situations and parts of your life that were highlighting these situations, consciously or subconsciously, it doesn't matter. The bottom line is that the changes that you are going to have, that you're going to bring into your lives, are not just coming out of the blue. They're very important part of yourself. They're very important part of your journey, and part of your karma, and part of your spiritual journey as well. Because what is going to happen by the end of February 2021, you are going to have such a remarkable experience. But then again, what you're going to learn about yourself, you're not going to be able to let it go. And this is going to be so specifically powerful and strong also throughout March 2021. You see what I mean? So you've got this situation that is just going to take over your whole March 2021. It's specifically you just following your own intuition by doing things that you want to do, but also to explore those things in your life, you know, that are constantly on your mind. And it seems like that you're waiting for the right moment. It seems like that you're waiting for the right time, but now this time it's going to show you that it's actually waiting is irrelevant. The time is irrelevant, you know. It's all down to you when you are going to come to terms with a situation that is going to show you that your life is going to start changing, but it's down to you what you're going to do out of it. It's about the opportunity, but it's also about the chance, like, to give ourselves in order to grow, to get where we want to get. My gorgeous Pisces, you are also going to have this information, you know, this powerful news, powerful information, but this is purely to do with you, and it's to do with what you have done, and it's to do with your own progress, but it's also to do with lots of uncertainties when it comes to your future safety, you know. That information is going to be very good, because it's going to answer your question exactly what you need to do, exactly exactly which steps you need to take in order to protect yourself. It's important because it's happening at the time of the transformation. This is the time of your adjustment. This is the time of your rebirth. So you're just at the same time, you know, it's all about your unfoldment, transformation, new perspective, but the wake-up call that it's time to start bringing those changes and those things in your life that you want. On another hand, my gorgeous Piscelini, you know, it is the process of justice that you're going to hear about. And that in itself is going to put a massive smile on your face. Just remember that you're going to hear about the process of the certain justice. And this is going to put a big smile on your face, because as soon as you hear this, as soon as you hear about this process of justice, and it's, you know, it's going to be important, because it's at the same time going to be like an advice for you, an important, mind-blowing, ancient advice. So it's not only about the process of justice that is going to put a big smile on your face, because it's going to work in your favor in many different ways, but it's also about the advice, you know, that you're gonna get, that you're gonna gain out of that situation at the same time. I say advice because it's going to, you will see exactly what I mean. This is to do with who you are, this is to do with your passion, but it's also most importantly to do with the green light. You know, it's time to go. What you have been waiting for, my gorgeous Piscelini, now it's going to be the time for you to go for it. Most certainly important time to grow, important time to be brave, important time to explore as much as you possibly can, because you will see through you exploring the certain part of yourself, you're also going to be you're also going to find yourself, you know, in between the 5th and the 28th of February, you're going to find yourself being the part of the dimension, being the part of the energy, being the part of the process that you didn't plan. So something very spontaneous is going to happen, and this is where the magic is going to be, because at the same time you're going to have an important conclusion, but on another hand, this is going to be your turning point. Okay, because the certain things are going to become obvious to you, and once that becomes obvious to you, you will know exactly which path to take. Okay, thank you so much for watching my videos, every single one of you. I love you all so much. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous people. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye. Mwah.